It's 6:37 a.m. in Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, every Monday we speak about our art exhibit series on Now in collaboration with the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Joining us this morning in studio, no stranger to the show and no stranger to Trinidad and Tobago, Michael Boothman, artist. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers.
How are you doing this morning?
Feeling fine. A few scattered showers.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you with us on set this morning. And I'll say immediately, thank you so much for the work that you're sharing with us.
I'm happy about that.
Well, before we get into, of course, your, well, I can't say upcoming because it started already, your retrospective, let's talk a little bit about you, because your name, of course, is a household name, not just throughout Trinidad and Tobago, but throughout the world when it comes to music specifically. Right. And, well, a few more things, of course. But what did you start first? What started your creative journey, the music or the arts?
Music.
Music.
Yeah, I started piano lessons at 5. Mm-hmm. And from there, I moved on to the guitar, and I played several instruments. You know, I had a little chance of playing, very short, but I regret stopping playing is the cello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely a challenging instrument, that is for sure, but absolutely beautiful. Do you think your journey as a musician has influenced your artwork?
Definitely, definitely. It's related, and it's inspiring. Both inspire each other.
How would you say particularly your music has inspired some of your pieces? Let's say, for example, some of the pieces on set today.
Well, to start off with, when I am working, I work either with my music along, music in the background. At present, I have a studio, so I'm actually painting inside the studio as well. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes I'm working and I have a blank canvas watching me and ideas flowing. Both of them work with each other very beautifully.
Well, because the thing is, it's interesting, with your work, you can actually see the musical energy throughout your pieces. I mean, now we know why, because of the process. Yeah. Is it that every single time you paint, you have that music on in the background to sort of ease your way in?
Yeah, I love working with music in the background. Not necessarily my music, but music in general. So, you know, because ideas flow, you know.
Now, what about, I know wood carving would have also been mentioned alongside painting.
Yeah. I'm also surprised about that because I never had any training with wood carving. Or, I just felt I could do it. What happened is that building my home, we had a cedar tree that we had to take down. And we used the wood itself, the log, to build cupboards. And the bark of the tree was just laying around and was ready to go and throw out. And I kept watching. You know, I would watch it and see figures and forms and stuff like that. And I just started. And surprised myself, you know.
Many different talents, of course, and we know that you also come from an incredible musical family.
Yes.
How do you think that has influenced your journey and brought you to where you are today?
Very, very, very much. So my mother, she's sister of Bosco and Jeffrey Holder, and my father, he has had some musical experience, and he used to draw as well. And I must say he was the inspiration behind my music very much, because he managed me for most of his life. And apart from that, I was able to get the business side from him because he's a very astute businessman.
And that's something that's so critical as well, and continues to be when it comes to being creative in the industry and having that astute business side, Now, as we mentioned, balance, it's interesting because somehow you have found that, I guess, that sweet spot between balancing your arts, your music, and numerous other endeavors. What would you say is one critical thing that got you to that space to being able to maintain that balance?
Having a supportive family is very important. You know, my brothers and sisters, my family, my children, my grandchildren, you know, it's, you know, that energy is there. And At this time, too, what happened? I started painting very early. I had some training at. I went to John Donaldson to do graphic and applied arts, and there I actually found my medium because I could not have afforded to. To explore materials and so on. So during that 4-year period, I was able to immerse myself with different things and experiment. And that itself kind of spawned, because after coming out of graphics, it was difficult for me to get a job as a graphic artist. And when I did get a couple offers with like a junior artist. I tried it once, and where I actually saw that I could have been a musical art director, because we did all of the studies and we were able to do things. I was actually doing a whole project by myself, and then the compensation was.
Well, to be fair, and that's one of the beauties of the God-given talents that you have. You definitely have some pieces on set that we know will be duly, compensated. That is for sure.
Yes.
So let's start with the one that's right next to me here. I know for me, this definitely caught my eye this morning. What is the name of it?
Pulling Scene.
Well, yeah, fair. And how long did this take to do?
I can't remember. I started work. I actually work in periods. I started. I put laid the idea out and stuff like that. Because of my music and other part of my life, I have to stop and change channels and stuff like that. So that's how I mostly work. Start something and come back at it. And you always see something different. When you move away from the painting.
So I like the fact that you mentioned seeing something different, because this next one, of course, when you first see it, you say, okay, steel pan, but then when you look at it more, you start to see a lot more happening in this. What is the name of this one?
That is pan culture, and it is figurative because I use the player, and if you look carefully, you see instruments all in the body of it and stuff like that.
And as you mentioned that, looking carefully, when we look at this next piece on set, it is the perfect mix of so many things that we are proud of when it comes to our culture and our
Yes. Again, that's culture. It's about culture. So it represents Trinidad, all the high points of Trinidad. Brian Lara, what's the name? Fitzwilliam, Wendy Fitzwilliam, the pan, the tabla, his Jose, the oil field.
Everything. It's so wonderful to see all these things come together. And let's go on to this next piece. I don't want to jump the gun, so you'll share with me what the name of this next piece is.
Reef.
I knew it. And this is quite interesting as well. Did you use the same mediums for this as you did with the others?
No, I actually I have a few paintings that I use a 3D style, and I use molded paste to build the relief and work over to the acrylic.
Well, it definitely has come to life, and all of this has come to life this morning on set. It's wonderful to see us being represented and different facets of Trinidad and Tobago being represented as well. Now, speaking about that, we just have, I think, like maybe a minute or so left, but we have to talk about retrospective that's already started and is ending on the 17th of October.
Yes.
This is at Arnhem's, yes?
Arnhem's.
What are some of the most important things we need to know?
I need to share that there is a car park.
Thank you.
It's 2 buildings away from the gallery itself, because a lot of people have been asking, where are you going to park on Tragway Road? It's so busy, and Sapani Boulevard. People like to have the comfort of knowing the car is nearby. So it's like 2 buildings away from, on the same side of the street.
Right. And what inspired the name of this particular exhibition?
The period that I covered, because I have a lot of my older pieces, because I never really pushed the art was just my personal thing. I've exhibited many times before at my youthful days, but at the moment, I was able to share all that I have musically and artistically.
You know, Michael, one of the things that I know for many we will always think about is how we can get in contact with artists in Trinidad and Tobago, and somebody like yourself with such an amazing catalogue and such a breadth of talent, because we need to see somebody wood carving as well at some point, right?
Yes.
So for people who are interested, how can they connect with you?
Well, I'm going to be doing some stuff at my home, because I actually, when building my home, I created a space where I could perform and put up paintings and so on. So at Arnhem's, I was there for 2 weeks, and hopefully up and coming after that, I'll have my space be open where people could come to my house in Cascade and view my work, see my studio, listen to the music, and vibe. And the whole thing too is I would like to be part of create a community with other artists and creatives. So that is what we're lacking here in Trinidad, communication.
Yeah, well, that's definitely something that we can chat about for a lot longer here on the Now Morning Show. But for now, we are out of time. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And thank you for loaning us this wonderful artwork for the week. We greatly appreciate it.
Also my pleasure.
Michael Boothman here with us this morning on the Now Morning Show, and we get to enjoy his artwork all week. Stay tuned. The TTPS is going to be joining us right after this break.